Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Homestead Kitchen. Today we are going to do something very important, and this is definitely one of the things that I wanted to be able to show you guys on this channel. Today we are actually going to render down some tallow. So I have here a big bag of beef tallow. This came from my butcher. I had it frozen and I just took it out because I was ready to render it down. This is something that people maybe think is a bit daunting, and it couldn't be more far from the truth because this is so super simple. But tallow and lard, these are skills that every person should probably learn, because things like seed oils, vegetable oils, corn oils, they're not beneficial for us. They're not great for us. They're from crops that are heavily sprayed, GMO'd, things like that. So animal fats is really the best thing for our bodies. So we are going to render this down today, and this tallow would be able to be used for all sorts of things, from cooking and baking to, you know, beauty products if you wanted to, or you could just take the tallow itself and use it as a hand cream, use it on your face. You don't even have to do anything with it after you render it down. So we're gonna go ahead and get this going. So this is gonna be a multi-day video, so you're not gonna see the finished product right this very minute. Well, it'll be right this very minute for you, but not for me. And also, don't mind the sound of the dryer. We have laundry going, so again, it's a homestead kitchen. So what you're gonna need is a crock pot, and you're gonna need your bag of suet. So suet is beef fat. A lot of it comes from around the liver area of the beef, just the same way as leaf lard comes from the liver area of the pig. It's the most pure and easy to render down. It's very soft, and that's what you're gonna get from your butcher. Now you can go to any butcher, just call them up, and I bet you they're gonna have some beef fat or some pig fat laying around. So you just be able to call and ask. A lot of times you can get it for very cheap. Sometimes you might even be able to get it for free. Now I had this defrosting, and you can see how kind of soft it is. And that's this is probably from the part around the liver. There's other parts that are going to be a little bit more tough, and that will just come from other parts of the cow. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chop this into small cubes, but there's going to be pieces of meat that are kind of still on here with the connective tissue. We want to make sure that we cut that off, because that's what would make your tallow or your lard smell like meat. If you get all of that off, then it's not going to have any off odors. So we're just going to go ahead and, of course, I didn't get my knife out before it's all right, I managed to do it without making a mess. Make sure you have a sharp knife for this because inevitably it's going to be kind of hard to get through. And some people do like to do it while it's frozen. I'm gonna flip it on over, put the soft side down. This is the hardest part, is cutting it up. Because it does not like to cut willingly. I'm just gonna cut off some of these red pieces. Now, there could be a couple pieces of hair on there. At this point, I actually don't even worry about that. Like, I'll pick off as much as I can. But after we render this down, and it's gonna get hot enough that no germs are gonna live, so don't even worry about that. But after we render it, we're gonna strain it, so you're not gonna worry about that hair being in your final product. Okay. My goodness, your hands are gonna be slippy. You know what, let me see if I got a better knife. But you're gonna look for a piece kind of like this. And there is some red on it, but this is just the color of it, that's not actual meat. So let me see if I got a better knife in here. I'm not even sure. I'm gonna take out a couple options. I'm gonna try this serrated knife. No, that doesn't wanna go. Remember how I always say I don't like making things dirty? There we go, this one's sharper, that's the trick. Guess I'm gonna have to sharpen that other one. So this is gonna take quite some time, but I'm gonna get through this bag and then I will check back with you when I do that. Yeah, you're just looking for pieces, you know, give or take about like so. And we're just gonna put them right into the crock pot. And I will check back with you when I work through this bag. All right guys, I'm back. The dryer is stopped, but now the naughty sweeper is running, so again, forgive the noise. Anyhow, I have a very full crock pot full of tallow bits. They're all cut up small. We're gonna put this in the crock pot on low heat and we're gonna let it go. So, and I'll show you when we get to that point, but I can't tell you exactly how long it's going to be in the crock pot because you might have a different quantity than I do. Your crock pot might cook at a different speed than mine does. So I can't really tell you exactly how long it's gonna be, but what you're gonna look for is a amber clear liquid and all the little bits are separated and like the solids will come up to the top so that it could be, you know, spooned off or whatever. And like I said, when we get to that point, I will definitely show you what it looks like so you know. But yeah, it could very easily go for 24 hours on low or longer, it just depends. So when I get this to that point, I will of course show you guys so you know what it looks like. Okay, so this is exactly what you want it to look like. See how the liquid is golden and the solids are clearly separated? So I'm going to turn this off now and let it completely cool down, and then I will come back and check in with you guys and we will strain it into the jars. Hey guys, all right, this is the next evening and I have all of my jars, rings and lids here, and this is no longer hot. It's probably still a little bit warm. I have a stainless steel funnel and I have my little sieve strainer thing. And what we're gonna do is just start ladling it into the jars. Now, if you do this when it's super hot, your jars will seal. But I'm just gonna put this into the refrigerator anyway, so it's not really gonna matter too much. Oh my goodness. Trying to get down in there. And we're just gonna fill it up. This is pretty much all there is to it. Now, if you really wanted to purify it, you would strain it and you would render it down again. And that would make an even purer tallow for you. I'm not super picky because I'm just gonna use this to cook with. So, we'll see how many jars I get. Now I use wide mouth quart jars, or these ones are really cool. They're not quite a quart, but I like a wide mouth because I can get my spatula in there and a spoon or whatever to really be able to get it out. So this is a bit of a tedious process. So I'm gonna put you on a time lapse so you can watch, and then I'll check back in at the end. All right guys, that's all there is to it. Now I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator and they're going to set up and they're gonna turn like a pale creamy off-white color and they will be ready for you to use. These will stay in your refrigerator for a couple months, but you'll probably use it faster than that because I know I sure love to use them with cooking. It's so much healthier for you than buying Crisco or seed oils or vegetable oils, anything like that. This is just so much better for your health, and if I do say so myself, it tastes a lot better too. So I hope you'll try rendering it down. It's super easy to get the product. Just go to your local butcher, don't be shy. Tell them that you're looking for lard or tallow. You render lard the exact same way as you do the tallow, and you're set. Super easy, super inexpensive, especially with, you know, Crisco being $8, $9 a thing anymore. This is just such a better option. So let me know if you guys are gonna try it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.